welcome to the September 10th Reign of Winter session. This is GM Rick and Mini GM over there coming at you from our room and our living room. So I hope everybody who's missing this session gets a good view on this. This is actually for Brian and for Cliff, who aren't able to make it today for good reasons. And we're going to miss them, but it's going to be an interesting and intense session. Today we have coming Paul. Paul is going to usually sit towards the two-cone side of the screen. He plays Orin the Azamar cleric. Then we'll have Scott. Scott is on usually camera and Skype. He is playing Kal-El, the Azamar war priest. We have Josh, who will be sitting. He's the bearded gentleman, and with lighter brown or with brown hair, and he is going to be coming in. He plays Damien, the Fey-blooded human Taldoran sorcerer. And finally, rounding out, we have Max, my perennial long timer, and he is playing Painton, the half-elf diplomatic rogue. So I hope you guys really enjoy the session today. The other NPCs that are involved are Remily. Remily is a pixie swashbuckler, and then you also have our brawler and Winter Wolf, and she's a piece of work, but you will see her in the session. She's standing over by the paladin. You can just see her little thing is turned. You won't get a good view, unfortunately, of the figure of the minis and the map. I'm sorry for that. I took some pictures earlier if you need those, and I'll post them up on the site. Lots of things going on. The party has gone. They've arrived in Iobaria. They spent some time in the forest there, a well-known forest in that area, and so they are in what's called the Zvezda Marches, which is the far eastern side of the country. And they've left the Hoof Woods and what is Verniern. Verniern is the portable centaur village, and they made friends with the chieftain there, the high chieftain of the centaurs. And the centaurs took them down to the southern side of things, to an area called Daruthrost. Let me show you kind of a little bit of the map here, and you're going to see the map. So there's the Zvezda Marches. Okay, the party is in the southern area. Whoops. And you can see Daruthrost at the bottom. So they are at Daruthrost. Daruthrost is a former bridge and Cyclopean outpost. It is the bridge from Casmaron, which there is a land bridge that goes over to Casmaron just on the other side of the mountains. Daruthrost leads through the mountains. Unfortunately, the bridge over time has fallen. The party has found that there are some magical winds that are going on. And these magical winds are almost gale force. And so they don't know what's caused them, but they do know if they try to cross the gorge or the crevasse, they will most likely get driven like all the other skeletons that are impaled in the side of the mountain into the side of the mountain, which is not a good option for them. They went into the village. Now, the village is eerily quiet. It is a strange place. It's almost like foreboding. It's got a whole foreboding feeling to it. And unfortunately, the party feels that foreboding. They feel like something was lost, maybe because the people in that village were subjected to a plague many thousands of years ago. And unfortunately, this plague devastated the area. What caused the plague, no one is known for sure, but they do know that something really strange caused the plague. Now, there were plagues raging through the lands at that time, through Iobaria, killing off large populaces. And so the party is having to deal with the after effects of that, and the fact that this is a very haunted place. It is not a place that feels right. Now, they went in and did some initial exploring. They ran into several nasty things. They ran into a Bodak. Bodaks are nightmares. A devourer, not a Bodak. Devourers are pretty nasty in their own right, and it kind of unhinged the party a little bit psychologically. They're going through a lot of effects with that in this area because the eeriness of it and the unnaturalness of it. So keep that in mind, that as we go along, you'll hear a lot of that, and me asking them to make sanity checks, which is a culmination. Their sanity, if they make the DC, the damage goes against a culmination of their intelligence score, wisdom score, and charisma score. That makes up your sanity. And so the party has to deal with sanity checks. They're loving and hating that. But just know that there's going to be a lot of strange things going on. Now, they made it into the village. They were able to defeat the Spectre mother and daughter, along with the father, who was a devourer. They moved a little farther along in the village and found some shops, some higher-end things as they go towards the towers. They got interested in the items in the shop. Hey, what more than seeing something very pretty and shiny in a window? So the party went into one of the shops. There was no problem. They were checking out the swords there. They were having no major issues until they went back and they were dealing with, unfortunately, some magical wards symbols that were on the different cases. They found some really nice items. Unfortunately, as they went to go behind the counter where that cone is, there's a curtain there, and the counter set off a stunning trap, which makes an exploding noise. And hearing that noise is the nice Graveknight on the other side. The Graveknight, unfortunately, is messing with the party.
Like, you're going through all this effort to sit there and prepare all this stuff so you can have fun gaming.
I appreciate that. I really do. Believe me, it says a lot, and I really do appreciate you doing that. And it makes it a lot easier, is all I'm going to say, for me to go ahead and do that. So yeah, you guys are the Graveknight and you. The best way to put the session: the Graveknight and you. I've been reading a lot on sanity. Scott wants to, for now, he said he wants to keep the paranoia. I'm like, okay. I said, you can try to cure it at any time. Now, to help you to understand a little bit.
I don't know when we recover healing or the sanity loss.
You know, it's all.
I just was, because the thing is that what we put in and what I was reading about it, they're kind of like, they don't mention the same thing. Because when they deal with Paizo and you say insanity, it's all about the different kinds of insanity, not insanity points.
Now, insanity points, how, and I'll take.
And then they call and then the other thing, they called it something else that began with an S, some other kind of points.
Oh, yeah, they have the ones they have in here, and I'll take you onto the page. The page is, let's see, go past horrific diseases.
No, it's not a big deal. It's just a question of, is this something that
madness
stay around for forever?
It can, yes.
Or is there a way for us to potentially eliminate?
Well, let me take you through kind of their take on it.
It's like, and what does it take to sit there and get rid of it, cure
That's
it?
a good question. So they term it madness, and basically it says fractures, cuts, and abrasions wound the body. Madness undermines the mind, spirit, and personality. Suffering from madness can be terrifying, causing those afflicted to act contrary to their desires and reasons. Madnesses are afflictions similar to the structure of poisons, diseases, and curses. They are used as part of the sanity system, is what they call it. Now, basically, when you make a saving throw, and there's a DC against different situations that can drive you mad. As your sanity declines, you get to a point to where you got to make a roll for madness. It's like any damage. You're slowly getting wasted away. Now, curing it, it says each madness has a DC representing its strength. So say you've got delirium or delusion.
Yeah, we just got the points right now. We don't actually suffer from anything.
Not yet.
I'm trying to figure out how do we get rid of the points.
It'll come. Believe me. And the points can be cured. The points in the system are easy. I can take you that way. There are several ways you can cure the points that are done to your sanity.
Okay.
So let's take you back to that. All right. So sanity as a whole. Reducing sanity damage. Sanity damage can be reduced in a number of ways. The first way is with time and rest. Every full 7 days of uninterrupted rest. That means going to like a quiet place for 7 days. Sitting. Is that Paul? You like the cards? We're liking the cards. You can reduce the sanity damage you've taken by the amount equal to your charisma modifier. So say you got a charisma of 18. That's 4 points you gain back for every 7 days rest.
Okay.
Okay? Instead of relying on your own strength of personality to reduce the effects of sanity damage, you can seek out a single confidant. So he could come to you as a confessor. Okay? And it's a mentor, priest, or advisor. You must meet with that person regularly, at least 8 hours per day. So you spend an 8-hour session with you. Scott spends an 8-hour session talking with you, and gain guidance during the 7 days of rest. That will give you a similar effect where it's reducing that damage.
So a full 8 hours.
Yes, and this will be based on your wisdom or intelligence modifier.
My wisdom.
Yeah. See,
5.
there you go.
Yeah.
And basically, it says, at the end of each rest period, the ally can attempt a wisdom or intelligence check with a DC of 15, where your sanity damage is below the sanity edge, or 20 if it's above it. Okay? The ally succeeds this check, you can add the ally's wisdom or intelligence modifier, whichever's higher, to the amount of sanity damage removed.
Okay.
Okay, and then thirdly, sanity damage can also be reduced by magic. A single casting of Lesser Restoration reduces sanity damage by 1d2 points per day. Restoration by 1d4, or 2d4. I'm sorry, 2d4. So a full restoration does more. And then a heal does 3d4. Now, greater restoration or psychic surgery or limited wish reduces your sanity damage, your total sanity damage.
So you said a 1d2 for lesser restoration?
What I will do, hang on here, let me do this. 1d2, hey Max. What's going on, partner?
Not much.
So now you see that you might still be able to be in the thing, since now we're what, 12, 10 months, 11 months off?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of the
That'll
fun.
make a difference.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm sorry, because originally we thought we wanted to get it done fairly quickly, and then we realized that,
That's what my daughter did. She postponed hers from December to June.
So, how are you doing that?
Oh, Graveknight. Oh, you already had them where they were supposed to be.
Yep.
Here I am, moving guys around.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, no, that's where we
It's
were.
fine. Now Josh is running a little bit late. He'll tell you. Dogs. I hate when I do that. All right, so I got to put this back in 184. So you know the nice thing is, and one of the things I looked at is you don't have to do a full-on horror campaign to do these type of things in there. So don't feel like I'm going to switch this thing to a full-on horror campaign, because it's not what I'm doing. It's just this aspect of the campaign, unfortunately, falls into the horror genre.
Oh, don't tell us you're not liking it.
Oh, it's fun and interesting. Don't get me wrong. I don't, you know, it's for me. It's just cool because I'm getting to do something I've never done
Please
before.
don't mess with my keyboard.
Don't mess with the keyboard, little girl. Look at me. Janet, you ask. Look at me. You ask. Understood? Mm-hmm. No. Max said no, so that means no.
Please.
No means no. Don't ask 50 times. I know, I'm being evil to you, but that's the way life is. All right. So here you go. For for you guys at the table, if you want to understand sanity and how to heal it, there you go. Make it real easy.
Well,
That
you
way
already
you guys-
explained it all to me, so.
It just keeps it so where you guys. So Max, your sanity damage. What we were talking about.
Yeah.
The ways you get it back. 7 days of uninterrupted rest. Okay.
That's gonna happen.
You get your charisma modifier.
I can hear you.
If you have a confidant that you spend 8 hours in a day talking with about your craziness and the crazy situation you saw,
Okay,
you get they get to roll a DC 15 or 20 depending on the type of affliction and whether it's above or below your sanity edge. And then you get, if they succeed, you get their intelligence or wisdom modifier back in the damage. Okay? The third way is with lesser restoration and restoration. A lesser restoration does 1d2 healing of your sanity damage. And a regular does 2d4 regular restoration. And then if you do a heal spell, it does 3d4 worth of healing.
You could play something.
I could.
He could, but he's not going to. Relax. Chillax. I know. Dee Dee makes your life no fun. It's my goal in life. Is to make your life no fun.
Okay, why am I not getting power?
Oh, so now we've switched. So am I, Janet, am I Dee Dee or Dad?
Dad.
So we have now changed the title. I am no longer Dee Dee, I am Dad. All right.
Turbulence.
So that's kind of a quick
So I
snapshot.
could cast lesser restoration on myself.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Now, if you go below your edge, that's when you become, and your edge is basically your charisma modifier, intelligence, and wisdom modifier together.
Let me do that.
Okay? So keep 2 tracks of things for you guys. Your sanity edge is your 3 scores modifiers put together. Your sanity is your 3 scores themselves added together.
I'm
Which
still-
scores? Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma?
Just the scores themselves. So if you got an 18 wisdom, 15 intelligence.
So I have a 46
Yes.
total.
That's exactly
But
it.
I have an 8 for an edge.
Yes. If you take more than the edge's worth of damage in one sitting session,
Actually, because my wisdom is down because of the
That's-
sanity points of damage I actually have. So that doesn't count against it. So
No.
actually I'm a little higher.
the edge, from what I understand, and the best that I understand this, the edge, okay, so the effects of sanity damage. When you experience a potential sanity attack, you must typically succeed a will saving throw to shake off or reduce the damage of it. Whether or not the saving throw is successful or not, the sanity damage from a single sanity attack, if it's equal to or greater to your sanity threshold, or you gain madness. So where's your sanity threshold? Your sanity threshold is equal to the bonus of your highest mental ability score plus any. Okay, so
Yeah. I don't have horror adventure.
all right. So what it is, your threshold is your highest of your 3 scores that you're adding in. So if your wisdom's your highest, if your intelligence your highest, or your charisma is your highest, that's your threshold. So if it's 17, it's 17. If it's 16, it's 16. If it's 19, it's 19. If it's 20, it's 20. So long as in a sanity barrage of attacks during a encounter, you don't succeed or go past that, you don't gain any madness. You only gain madness otherwise. Now, events that can also affect that. If you are raised in an area that is unnaturally unsettled, like a place where the reality fabric is messed up, that there's always a chance for you to get an insanity or madness, and usually a lesser madness. It's not like a you are catatonic or something like that. It's more you're delusional, you're paranoid, like Scott, Kal-El, you're paranoid. It's a minor effect. Now, those things, like I sent you, Scott, can be rehabilitated like we talked about. And I gave Paul and Max a printout of how to heal that sanity. If now, for an affliction, so say Scott's got an affliction like he's got. It has a DC rating, okay? It could be a DC 16, 18, 21, 30, whatever. If you apply your healing of the damage towards what that DC score is, it reduces it. So say it starts out at 16, he talks with you, and you give him +5 back for your best score. So that 16 goes down to, or it's an 18 goes down to a 13. Then the next time you have another counseling session, it goes down to a 8. When it reaches, the DC reaches 0, you cure his affliction.
I just point.
So
It
you
went back.
Yeah.
So you cure his
I was
affliction.
rearranging.
So Scott, the way he heals your affliction is taking
For
that
some reason.
DC score gently down a little at a time.
For
And
some
then
reason, I wouldn't get power from one of the.
he's able to give you back. You'll still have
outlets.
sanity loss, but you
Now
won't
I'm
have
getting
the
power from
affliction,
the other outlet.
the madness.
Once you got it.
It's
Yeah.
not too complicated once you get used to it. And I'm not planning to use it all the time. I use it more in situations like this that are unnatural. So you don't have to worry that every time you go through this adventure, you're going to be faced with it. But when you run into some unnatural, really bizarre things, yeah, it's going to mess with you. It messes with the psyche. So there you have it. All right, so Josh is not joining us till about 10:30. So he will be with us at 10:30. As we know, Cliff can't today. Cliff had his daughters. They have a music thing that he's doing with them that just started. So he's unfortunately missing this weekend. But we'll be back with us again soon.
And I've got if we run along, I've got a bug out tonight.
No problem.
Yeah. U.S. Open final today. So.
U.S. Open.
Hey, my future wife is playing.
Oh, okay. Your future wife.
Your
Well, we
future
can't
wife.
prevent you from having your future wife being in there. God forbid.
Does she
that
know
would
that
be-
she's your future wife, or is this
Not
No,
yet.
no,
Not
no.
yet. She does.
She's practically unaware of my
Yes,
existence.
She is. She
let
is.
alone my honorable intentions.
Your
but
honorable intentions. I love it. I love it. Yeah. The things we figure out as we go along. Max has to have this set up.
but Carolina Pliskova.
Carolina Pliskova. So you're gonna marry Miss Pliskova?
She works for me. Although her twin sister Christina would work for me too.
But you don't want Venus or Serena?
I like Venus, but
Serena's not the.
I don't like. No, I don't like. When Carolina beat Serena, I was a happy camper.
You either love them or hate them.
Yeah. No, look, or
Not
a lot of
me.
times you hate one and love the other. 'Cause
Not
like I
me.
said, I love Venus.
I'm totally indifferent.
You're
Well, okay.
different.
I
You'll
didn't,
go-
I didn't say
you'll go
everybody.
with
I said a
one.
lot of people. Yeah, I said a lot of people like one.
Well,
and
you
hate
said
the
you
other.
either love them or hate them,
Yeah,
and I'm
well,
like,
that's-
not me.
Not me. You're indifferent.
I'm
And
indifferent.
then-
I could care less about who does what in tennis.
And then tomorrow I got Stan the Man against the Joker, so I'm gonna be busy with tennis all weekend.
See, I was wondering when Max was going to say, "Yeah, I have the Purdue game today that I have to watch."
That's what I'm going up to see Ian for.
Yeah.
He and I have already set it up. He's
Well,
really
they're
mad.
they're 1-0 against.
Let's not talk about Northwestern so far this year.
Yeah, you know.
Fumbling on one.
All right, so let me get.
So you're
everything
Purdue and the
up here.
Northwestern team?
No.
Hang on, real quick.
No,
I'm gonna
because
get
my
everything up.
younger son
Ready to
goes to
roll.
Purdue, and I went to Northwestern. So,
Fully
but it's
loaded.
annoying because Ian.
All right, so we need the ones that are regular
He doesn't
folks. So
care.
we need.
Talking about Northwestern.
About Purdue.
About
Purdue?
Yeah, he's like totally apathetic about it. I've been trying to goad him
Greta.
I mean, it could have been worse. He could have gone to Illinois. But
Yeah, well, the quarterback for the Broncos, what was his name again?
Trevor Simeon.
Simeon?
My main man.
He did well on Thursday.
My boy, Trevor.
I was somewhat happy with his performance since I was playing the Carolina defense on my fantasy football.
Fantasy
So every time he threw an
football.
interception, I was
He
like,
only threw-
yeah, 2 more points, baby.
He only threw 2, and one of them was a total fluke.
Lord, Scott, you're gonna get inundated if you're not into fantasy football.
Yeah.
Just
And it was like,
forget
oh, they
about
fumbled.
it.
Oh, there's another 2 points.
I was honor bound to draft him as my backup. So he's my backup.
And I can't watch.
I got Russell Wilson as my starter, and I have Carson Palmer as my
Yes,
backup.
Janet, what are you doing?
I have Marcus Mariota as my third string.
That's Firefox.
No, he is not going
Oh,
to push
don't
fire.
put-
I already did push Firefox. That's why I'm checking my tennis stuff.
No, you don't need to be checking your deal. Once I get all the things up and ready for you guys, we'll be
I gotta
ready to
check.
roll.
Am I playing
I gotta check the pre-match.
Shallow
line.
too?
Yes, you have
We're not doing
Fallow
anything.
and
When we start playing,
don't say that. Why not? What if I want to say that?
All right.
All
I
right.
don't have Rothar's information.
I have Rothars.
This is covering the shop.
So
If I go forward some, I can get out of the camera view.
yeah, you're already in it. I've already got close ups.
I'm way too close to the camera. It kind
I've
of
already
blocks
got-
out everybody else.
I've already got close ups. All right, so what we need to do, I need to make sure that I roll the initiatives for these guys because that's going to be. Where's the initiatives there? All right, so in play. Come on in. Why is that having problems? Should not
I don't
be.
diagnose Windows problems.
No, this isn't
They
Windows.
diagnose Apple.
not for free.
I don't know. I don't diagnose Apple problems because Mac OS is not a true Linux. Sorry. If it's Red Hat, SUSE, Debian, Ubuntu, that's a different story.
No, this is a problem with. Great. So now you want me to do the hero level fixes. God dang it.
Oh, you got to keep sitting there doing that. I do it the night before.
I hate
Make sure you
this.
got all the updates downloaded.
Well, because I got everything on Hero Lab.
You don't.
Well, I'm
Janet,
sure occasionally,
what you
but
doing?
If it asks me, hey, you got updates, I'm like, no, shut up. Go for my stuff.
Then relax. Grab a chair. Grab a chair and sit.
All right.
All right, so last time we left off with the party going into the weapon shop. The party went in. Painman was doing really good. He had disarmed. Well, actually, he didn't disarm, but he didn't have any of the symbols knock him into next week the first few times.
How did I get up there? I thought it was back here.
You were. I just had to. All right. Janet, I love you, sweetheart. Don't yell.
He said, damn it, Janet, and I love you. It sounds like we're in a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
You guys kill me. So, all right. You guys had the curtain that you guys were worried about for most of the time.
Nothing more.
And you guys found 2 weapons in there that were of significance. And then you guys got to the little side panel. Janet Marie. Janet! Stop. Stop.
I will put them on when I need them, okay?
Look at me. Sit. Go. Come on.
Mommy,
We're not
Mommy
doing
wants
this.
Walmart. She's going to be right
Come
back.
on. Over here now. I love you, sweetheart. I get it. You're excited. Sit. When this runs out, you can come apologize to me for throwing a fit. Okay?
Oh, she's got that same green dinosaur with the light in the middle.
All right.
Grandson has the same thing.
And if you throw a fit, we will not watch the Penguins when Mommy gets home. Do you understand? Okay, then dry your eyes and calm down. Now. See how that works? It's an amazing thing. All right. So then you guys went deeper into the store to find the side panel that had a hidden panel, thanks to Scott and his magical little. Was it Scott or was it Max?
It was me. It was Scott.
It was Scott and his magical, mystical things.
I rolled badly.
And then, yeah, you roll badly and it stunned the living daylights out of everybody. And then that's where we're at right now. The guy, basically the stun knocked the curtain off to where you could see our guy. He's a dwarf with red eyes, very sallow, dead-looking skin, wearing armor. And as he talked with you guys very condescendingly, he talked about what had happened here, which the fact that there's a cult devoted to a deity by the name of Samandor, and that he gave you guys the options as you guys were negotiating with him a little bit and trying to figure out an angle what was going to happen, that if you joined Samandor, he would gladly spare your lives, which did not sit too well with Scott.
Callum's like,
Okay.
what?
Yeah,
That's your only option? That's your only option.
paranoid as he was, that just sent him over the bleeding edge. And, you know, paranoid well-founded, you know?
Cal will be like, so you're the one that's bad.
Yeah,
He went
that's
he
the
went
one.
into some detail as to what joining this cult meant, didn't he?
Yes, renouncing one's God and turning your back on things, which did not sit well at all with anybody not in the good side of
Didn't
things.
sit well with Oren, Rothar, or Callum.
Yeah, Rothar was still a little negotiatory towards him because he's buying time for
He was still
people
trying to
get
buy
up.
time until
Yeah,
the Graveknight got upset
until
because
Cal
was
just went
bumping.
off the side and said,
Cal was even saying, hey, we'll fix everything for these.
Dang it!
Well,
Because the
all we
opportunity
need to do is
the opportunity to infiltrate a demonic cult is just like, oh yeah,
Max is like-
mama.
Max is like, yes, I could do it, and then no. In your stunned state, you probably heard parts of this.
Oh, that's right. I'm stunned.
You
so I
are
can't
stunned.
do it.
Actually,
oh,
No, you are the one that is coming out of being
just
stunned.
That's right. I
That's
just
right.
came out of
You
it.
just
Just
Yeah.
came out.
But you didn't hear everything that just
I
transpired.
know, because this would this would be like Bateman's
Yeah.
opportunity of a lifetime. This would be like, yeah, oh, tell me more. I'm very interested.
And yes, it was just not one of those better moments. So let's see what.
Because Nung would be like, yeah, whatever.
You know.
You're faking it. I don't care. I'm the most apathetic god in the universe.
All right, so unfortunately, and I think these are the ones still stunned looking at the things. Let's see who is stunned this round. I have to put little checks by.
Grimly
And the round
and
one.
Damien are still stunned.
All right, so
We
Remily.
have it down here, and we've gone 2 rounds. Oh no, here it is.
What,
Damien is
Janet?
Damien has 4 more.
Well, get up and get it.
Remily
Your
has
timer
3.
has run out by now.
Thallo should be stunned. This is Thallo, right?
Yes. No, yeah, that's Stella, yes.
He's still stunned.
Pick it up. Sweetheart, I love you, but if you're going to throw a fit, we're going to have you go back to your room and play. Then calm down. Thank you. Oh, the fun in the mind of a 5-year-old. All right, so we've got those guys. I got to get Rothar up real quick, so I've got his stats. Unfortunately, he feeds them to me in PDF. I wish he'd have just sent it in the file. It would have made it
portfolio?
so much easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand why. I get the why. But it just did not make it the easiest. So, all right, we're going to see real quick. before we get into the combat, let me pull him up so we're ready to roll. And all of Rothar's things. Rothar had some damage to him. Alright,
Sure, we're gonna get into a combat.
Paladin export.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way around it because
I was stunned.
you were stunned and the war priest and the
Yep.
and the cleric are not going to
Alright.
appease this guy in any fashion.
So Kal-El, fortunately and unfortunately, you have the first go of things. Which fortunate because then you can go at it, but unfortunate. And Janet Marie, stop! If you do one more whine, I'm sending you back. We're done. Then get happy and get over it. I love you, sweetheart, but you are a mess right now. You need deep breaths. Okay. Hang on, guys. Grab some of your toys. We're going to our room. Yes. Nope. Move. You don't want to swat.
Well, that was frequency got up there pretty high, didn't it?
Ponies with you. Take your ponies. Go now. We're done. I don't play. Go. Scream all you want. We're done. I love you. You decide you're going to calm down and come out and join us. Until that time, you sit with your doors and close the door. You understand? You understand?
You guys become unstunned. The council alive in third grade. This guy, he might be solo, but that still let everybody know.
Yeah, I'm unstunned.
Just grab it.
I should be popping back up.
Make sure that doesn't have a
That's your move action on your turn, right?
No.
Nobody's next to him.
Oh, that's right. I don't pop up till my turn. Oh, my move action.
Sorry, guys.
I understand.
We were doing fine
Oh,
this
been there,
morning.
done that.
We've had some rough nights.
Well, not really. None of my enchantments, thankfully.
Really?
Oh, they knew better.
Did you scare the hell out of him?
Yeah, it only took a couple.
Alright.
My last one, I spanked him with like a spatula, and I hung it above his door. So whenever he starting to tweak up, I would just point at it and go, "You spanker," and that would instantly say no. Well, I was like, well, then you better chill out. And all I do is point at it, like, do you want the spanker? No. Okay then.
Yeah, you get the flat paddle with lots of holes in it. It's because there's holes in it, the air goes through and allows you to swing it faster. And because there's holes in it, the surface area that you get struck with is smaller,
See, if you guys were
which means the force per square inch is higher, which means it stings
this
more.
doesn't even kick up.
Nothing stings more than a silicone spatula on bare skin. I don't care what it is. That little whipping action, dude. Like I said, it only took a couple. After that, all I had to do was point at it.
My problem was Elliot, my older one, didn't throw tantrums. He lawyered.
Oh yeah.
He lawyered.
He lawyered.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into a negotiation on everything.
And the problem, the worst part of it was he was really good at it. And there were times when I would just be like, there were a couple of times he was making such sound and logical arguments that I would look at him and go, Elliot, I'm so mad right now. I have to go in the other room. And I would go in the other room and fall on the floor laughing my ass off. And then I'd get control of myself and I'd come back in and It was one of those things like you don't want to like over punish him for being smart.
So Max is the reason why we have the acronym. He had the LMAO before anybody else started using it.
Oh, wow.
But
He was even rolling on the floor part.
yeah, Ian was the negotiator. Ian would start off like asking for a Ferrari, and then by the end of the argument, it was down to like and then it was down to like, well, can I have a piece of candy?
Gotta love it.
He was the negotiator. Elliot was like, well, and I can do that, and you get to do, and I get to, But
See, now with her, it just takes the one. The one swat will rev her for a little bit, and you notice.
yeah,
Absolutely. It's I call it the reality check. It's the drawing of the line, the reality check, and then everything is good again.
yeah, it's all about boundaries.
and
However you set them, it's all about boundaries.
and you'll find I don't give more than one swat. I just swat the one time, and it's usually a stinging one because it'll leave you with a reminder that gee, you messed up on that decision.
Yeah.
But other than that,
It's all about boundaries. Everything wants to.
Now, Kal-El, like I was saying, you are, if I'm right, you are up in the air a little bit.
Yep.
Towards the top of the building. You do see some forms towards
I
the
can see him. I'm back
Well,
up enough where I saw him.
out of the corner of your eye. You see down the street, probably
Oh,
an eighth of a mile away, some forms, shadowy forms moving this way.
they can stay there.
Because again, the boom of the one echoed.
Oh yeah.
And so right now you see it, but they're out good enough that you figure it'll be at least 10 rounds or more before they make their way down this way. Even at a full move, fast move, a clip. It'll
Well,
take
either
more.
he or I are going to be dead by then, so it's not going to matter.
So you are again, like I say, the doorway is open. He is here with and actually all these guys are not out this way. This is in the shop. These guys, you were down painting there. The investigator was down there. Remily was over near you because of the boom. Actually no, flip-flop. He was over here. Damien was there because Damien was checking out some things on it magically. The Paladin Rothar was out the window with Greta because he was peeking in and making comments. And then you were off a little bit because you said you were going to be back.
Here.
And then you're up in the air, Kal-El outside the door. I don't know, what, 20, 30 feet you were up in the air?
Yes, I don't know I can't see anything down here.
At least high enough to look at the roof to make sure nothing was coming over, which would be 30 feet. That would guarantee you a good view so you see nothing is crawling over the top. Okay? Now, he had just come through the door and was coming around the corner as he was talking to you. But he
Is
wasn't.
that where he was? I thought he was further up.
No, he wasn't. He hadn't moved out farther yet.
And he was still in conversation with
Yes.
Lothar, if I remember.
Yeah, he was.
And
well,
then you said, "Oh, well, because Cal is buffing."
right.
And I'm
he
like,
was looking at
but
Rothar.
Cal is up here. Can he see him buffing?
No.
All right, so if Cal's buffing up here, maybe he doesn't see him buffing.
No, he does not see him buffing.
Okay, cool. All right, so then
He does not.
he's still in negotiation with Rothar.
Well, he did not see. He's aware that there are other presences and life forms around,
Okay.
but he's not like he's focused on the paladin who's talking to him.
All right, cool.
Because in his mind right now, that's the holy warrior standing out to him.
I got you.
Now the buffs do kind of like it's like a dinner bell. It will kind of ring a little bit. It's not as loud as the kaboom that went echoing down.
Didn't we do undetectable alignment on this?
We did.
If you did on a
Yes,
detectable,
on both, on all three of us.
then the alignments, well, Rothar kind of stands out a little bit in his methodology. I don't know if he's got him pegged as a paladin, but at least a cavalier of sorts.
Well, just this basically just says you can't detect the alignment based on divination forms.
Right.
So, but if someone sits there and looks at the way that your mannerisms are and stuff like that,
yes.
they can, the holy symbol. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he kind of has an idea that Rothar is what he is, but he's not
Right.
for sure. There's not
you have
a
to be subtle.
yeah.
Something
It's a subtle. There's something not right
You need
about
to give
this
them
guy.
lessons there, Max.
Yeah, he tries. Let me see. Is there anything
More grace.
I'm looking at two.
But you know, that's not really the strong suit of a paladin.
No,
Subtlety is not their forte.
Yeah, no.
No. Well,
Oh,
and not every undead automatically divinates everything either. It depends on his class that he is, which you guys are figuring some sort of warrior type because he's dressed in armor and he's got a huge dwarven axe. So yeah, he's definitely, you know, and as he moves out, you can see there is movement behind him of sorts. Shadows are shifting. You're not for sure what it is because it's not a huge doorway going back there, but there's something moving around.
what have I got?
Yeah, that'll work. That's perfect. He's up in the air.
And even though it's black,
What have you gotten yourselves
you can see
into?
through
Nothing. You saw items that were acquirable. That meant something to you. That's all.
this was just supposed to be the first stop. We were going to go to this other man.
Yeah, exactly. Now with everything moving down, if you're lucky, you can dispatch this guy in 2 rounds and move to the other store.
Don't know about that, but we will certainly give it our best shot.
All right, so
here.
Kal-El, you are first. You were doing your buffs up there while he was negotiating overall. If I remember, you had very little in the negotiation. You were more up and watching everything.
Yeah.
You said a couple little things, but he knows you're out there, but not where.
Yep.
You heard a voice.
Yeah, well, I tried to, come up with something to negotiate, but now I think he's the one that's been after me all this time. So
Yes, your paranoia is peaked.
he's that guy.
In fact,
If I kill him, I might be free of this.
in fact, you think that. You think you might be free of him. You very much think he might be the source of this paranoia.
Oh my God, I've got to kill him.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All
Oh, I love it.
right, so
All right.
So Cal's going to let's see.
The storefront window stands probably about 7 foot and it is broken out. Like I said, it was a broken out window. Some of them are full windows. This one had glass that is somewhat there, but it's broken in places. That otherwise Rothar wouldn't be able to communicate through it.
Yep. All right, so he's going to, I guess,
I mean, your DR would protect you from glass damage if you went the rest of the way through that window.
oh yeah, I mean, he ain't worried about that. It's how to best get to him, hack him.
Yeah, the death from above is going to be tough because the roof of this building is stone.
Yeah.
So unless you go do enough massive damage to go through the stone, and even then you're not guaranteed that you'll go right into that level. You think that maybe there's a level above.
There's no windows up there?
No, not that you see. On the sides, maybe. On the sides of the building, maybe. But not in the
He's
front.
going to have to go in and
That would be cool. It goes around the building, goes through the window, and attacks them from the flanking
I know,
side.
right?
Wow!
No, that'd be something Painman did. Painman does the akimbo out the window, the front window, runs around the side of the street, climbs up the window, comes vaulting down the stairwell, and attacks everything from behind. Of course, he doesn't know what's up back there in the shadows, but you know.
So Cal is going to
Could even be Zamindor back there in the shadows.
drop down.
Okay.
He's still going to be like, not touching the ground. Still going to be,
If you cut out your fly and cut it in, I will make it a swift action to just fall that distance,
okay.
and then you just kick it back in. So I'll make them swift actions.
All right, cool.
Since you're not trying to do a maneuver, you're just trying to get down to the right level. So
Yep.
these are swifts. You go whoop.
Gravity will help.
Yes.
All right, so basically kind of drop down and just he's going to
Run in and take a swing.
door's already
Charge
open.
at him, yeah.
Yeah, charge, make a swing. All right, here we go. Combat has begun. All right, let's see. Go to this guy. So I've got his stuff. All right. All righty. And let me know. Let's see. Where's his ACs? ACs. I always love this thing. Basics.
24.
Yep.
Is that no? Is that passive perception? That's passive perception.
Okay.
PRCEPT. So I don't remember he may have it up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do. I've got the order. It's Remling doesn't go this round. Then it's Kal-El. Then it's the Graveknight. Thallow doesn't. Or Thallow actually is Thallow down still or Thallow back? Thallow is 2 rounds. So Thallow will be up. So Thallow's up. Then Orin. Then Painvin. Then Greta. Damien doesn't go this round. And then Rothar.
Okay.
So.
Just planning my strategery.
Alright, so.
While you're looking down the way that, down the street, you see probably an eighth of a mile away, maybe 5 to 7 forms.
Eighth of a mile. Let's see. There's 5,280 divided by 8. That's like 400 feet.
Mm-hmm. And
Or
they're going to
80
move.
squares.
They're going to
so
move
maybe
about.
like way down there.
So they're going to move at about 6.
There must be daylight out then, right?
6 squares around. Yeah.
It's still daylight out.
Well, the daylight here is kind of like this. It's kind of almost a hazy daylight.
Like now?
Yeah, it's a lot like this right now. Yeah,
That's like this?
that would be a very perfect form. So it's not like they have direct sunlight on them. That's the real key.
Even though there's no clouds, it's like a cloudy day.
It's kind of like a cloudy day, yeah.
It's kind of like the
And
cursed or
and
something.
it could be where like the clouds are getting thicker, even though nothing seems
And
to
it
be
would
happening.
turn more night
Yeah, it
during
would
that
turn
day. Yeah.
So that
So,
could happen.
so in a general bright blue skied sunny day,
So
it looks like a cloudy
if it
day.
looks like this, then it's kind of like I go, I can see figures, but I can't tell you anything
You
about
can't
them.
tell them anything about it.
Anything
You
other
just-
than are they medium, large, huge, or bigger than huge?
They are medium,
Medium. Okay.
but they're
so
moving quite quickly. A couple of them are airborne, a couple are groundborne. That's all you can tell. Whether they're
so there's
touching,
at least 4 that I see.
you see 6.
6.
2 are airborne and 4 are groundborne. There may be more because you don't know. You've got buildings around you and everything else, so you don't know.
And there are shadows behind the curtain too.
So,
We're in deep shadow.
I will, for kicks and giggles, just put 6 figures down there so that way you got an idea there's 6 coming. These are not what they are. They're just representations of what they could be. So,
Maybe they're friendly.
maybe they just want to kiss and make up.
Maybe they're reinforcements.
Maybe you go and ask him.
Now,
I'm too busy lying on the ground.
yeah, he's too, well,
He's not
He's
stunned.
on the ground right
but
now. He's not
but
stunned,
but
but
he's still
he's-
prone.
he is not wanting to get up right by the Graveknight.
I have a cunning plan.
You have a cunning plan.
You are right.
All right,
next
so
to him.
Scott, do your attacks.
What's that hit?
And the, and the fun thing is he's got holy items. You gotta love holy items against unholy things.
And he is going to do what type of maneuver?
We're going with a Sunder. Alright, so 27 to hit on the first one.
27 hits. Now you know Sunder is against armor.
Yes.
Okay.
But I have Great Thunder.
Okay.
So, basically, it does damage to the armor as well as him.
Okay.
Anything the armor can't take, it goes to him.
Okay.
Alright, and that's one. Second one
Okay.
is a where is it? 34.
Okay. 34 will hit. All right. So,
And for the last one, he's going to channel.
okay. He's going to channel.
And by the way, each one of those he's got to make a will save
He will. All right. Let's do
for
this.
disruption.
All right. So we'll save for disruption.
He's got to beat a. I think it's a 14, whatever disruption is.
Hang on here. Let's see. Disruption.
It's
Yeah,
got to
with
beat
it.
a 14.
All right. So with he gets a 19 plus the will, it's 27 and then 21. He rolls a 27 and 21 for the saves.
Gotcha.
And then for the channeling,
What's his base? Is his base above 14?
his base is 9.
Okay. So, I was going to say his base is above 14.
And he will make against the channel, so channel damage will be half to him. So be my guest. Do your damage, and then now channel damage does not go against his armor. It's just simply your regular.
Yeah, it's just regular channel.
So when you give me damage for the armor, if you want to give me that first, that's fine, and then you can go to.
It's a 30-foot radius, so anything that's undead is 30 feet.
Okay, let me see.
So maybe stuff that's behind there in the shadows.
Yep. That would be what those are. Yep. So let's see.
And he's like,
All right.
And
so
for the sundering, he's sundering with an adamantite weapon, right?
what's the save for the channel?
channel save is
1.
15. Wait.
I don't mind this. If you just go to in play under track resources and abilities, you should have cleric channel positive energy, and it'll tell you what the DC is in there.
Alright, so you're positive. It's not showing because mine is showing under fervor,
Oh, okay.
like under warface. Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
DC is 10 plus half the level, which is 9. So do you round up or down?
You round down
So it's 4
plus your wisdom modifier.
wisdom. Okay. So wisdom modifier is plus 4, so it's 18.
Now you are taking into account the effects of the desecrate around him, correct?
I'm not.
Okay. So on any of the rolls and things, keep an eye on the desecrate because that's going to be.
But I don't know what the minus.
They get
I can
no. You
tell
don't get a minus. They get a +3.
I mean, yeah, okay. So
At least I think that's what they get. I don't know.
I can go in and
It
look.
really
Plus, he
is.
has to make his concentration check for the channel.
Okay, so desecrate. This spell imbues negative energy. The DC to resist negative energy
Oh, okay.
in this area gains a +3 profane bonus. Any undead creature gains a +1 on attack rolls and saves and everything else. And this, let's see, is there anything else?
So he only gets a +1.
Desecrate contains, let's see, furthermore. Okay, there's an altar shrine potion. Okay, so it's +2, so he gets a +2. All right. Yeah, because his armor is like, or his armor's like the altar.
Plus, he has to do it. Yeah. Scott has to do a channel concentration to be able to do the channel anyway.
So, what was your rolls again on those? Because I gotta calculate that back into his.
There's that.
So,
For the channel, it's going to be a total of 14.
the 14 they'll make now. The question is.
No, that's for damage.
Oh, 14 for damage. All right. So it's,
For a channel. So everything within 30 feet is that they make the save. It's that.
But Scott has to make a concentration check to make the channel work.
yes, he has to make a concentration check. Correct.
Because of the desecration
Because of the
effect.
desecration effect. So yeah, it's DC is 21 on the concentration. So Scott, with your concentration, basically you're going to be making a spellcraft check. I believe is what we'll call under concentrations under spellcraft for that channel to work. All right, so then he is. Hang on, he's 8.
I made a 23.
All right, 23 will do it. All right, so his armor class is 28. Your two initial attack rolls, one was a 30 some. What was your other one?
27.
27 won't hit. Yeah, just the 30 some. So your first one doesn't hit him. The second one does. Yeah, I didn't take into account the desecration bonus in there for his armor class. Otherwise, you'd hit him.
Yeah. Now you know you can't really turn that desecration off, right?
No, he can't. It is not a concentration thing. It's part of him. Who he
So we
is.
should have probably felt that when we first walked in the shop and he was there. Or as soon as he came within range.
Only
we
if you're
all felt
detecting evil.
Only if you're detecting evil, which would have driven you guys crazy
No.
alone.
That doesn't versus your detection. That is an effect. It's an area of effect, right?
Yeah, but let's see, where were you? You
So that
would
desecration is something
you would have
that's
felt it,
beyond.
Scott, when you walked over there and did the thing. You would have felt it technically. So yes.
As soon as he came within 30 of all of us, any of us, we should have felt that. Just saying going forward.
The neutrals wouldn't have. The neutrals.
So they're not affected by it?
Right. The neutrals are not
Only the good
affected by.
guys?
Well, they're affected, but they're not. How should I say? Neutrals are not as wired as a good is. That'd be like a good effect. Neutrals don't necessarily feel good effects going into areas necessarily much because they're like, whatever, it doesn't bother them. They don't care whether you're good or not. And would they have known it's anything other than the background of this area? Probably not. Now, you might have known something was there, like maybe an altar, not necessarily a creature. So something very evil, yeah, you would have noticed that. So I'll give you that. You would have noticed something very evil was in the building.
I don't know.
But whether it's a creature, an altar, because it is most things that are desecrate effects are altars or types of.
I don't know. I'm looking at the spell. I don't see what we would have been able to do that. So I don't know. It's up to you. If I'm DMing, I wouldn't have given it to him.
So if it's a area of effect,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
it
matter.
doesn't matter.
No. How would you know that there's negative energy there unless you have some kind of detection
that's
spell?
not negative energy. We're in a negative energy area, but that's an effect that's affecting us, giving us minuses.
No, it's not. It doesn't give you minuses. No, it gives them pluses.
Yeah, no minuses.
There's no
Oh, it
minuses
gives
to
us
you.
Yeah,
no.
it does. No, all it does is affect your concentration if you're trying to do something like channel good energy in that area.
No, it gives them bonuses. It doesn't give you minuses.
Bonuses.
I
Yeah,
read the spell, Desecrate.
Yeah, you
No.
don't get minuses.
You wouldn't know. They get the bonuses. We don't get any
I would go with
penalties.
that. I would go with
My
that.
bad. So if there's no minuses, then I totally get that.
You're getting no minuses on it, so.
Undead get the effect, and it makes it harder for us to resist negative energy channeling.
Aha.
So the DC is higher for us to resist it.
Right. Right.
But we're not unless he's channeling negative energy, we won't know that. And it's like,
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, he's just. I don't know if it would have done you much good other than you would have known something was there. And even then, you're negotiating with it now. So I don't think it. I would say as a DM, I don't know if it would have gone any different than it would have
It
gone.
wouldn't have. I mean, I agree
So-
with Paul. I didn't realize it was just. It wasn't anything affecting us.
Yeah, no, it's
no.
it's not
It's just
harming
buffing
you in
them.
any way, and other than the
Yeah.
fact it buffs them. That's exactly it. And
Just
All right.
like consecration, just
so
buffs us,
do,
doesn't
do
hurt
your
them.
damage first for the sunder and the physical damage, so I can take it against his armor, and then you will do against the creature, the channel, which I already took the channel out, and then any other effects. Add them after. Okay. So what's your sunder damage to physical to the armor and him?
That's gonna be. That's gonna be 32.
Okay. You damage it some, his armor.
Now remember, he's hitting it with an adamantine.
So his hardness does
Yeah,
not come off that.
His
Okay.
hardness doesn't come
All right.
off because
It goes straight to hit points.
he's doing it with an adamantine.
All right.
Unless his hardness is over 20.
No, it's hardness that's an over 20. All right. All righty. So that takes us from Cal L to it. All right. Here comes the fun back. He is obviously not happy with you. Not that it matters. But there's just a grin that goes across his face, as dwarves would be, grinning. Now it does have a sacrilegious one. What is the sacrilegious? Exceeds and attempts. Okay, that's the dex. Okay. All right. So here we go. He is attacking with his big old nasty axe. Or no, actually, excuse me, glaive. He has a glaive, not an axe. So, glaive. All right. So the polearm. And actually, you're fortunate because I did not give him, he would have had a 10-foot extension to attack you, but that was my fault, so he did not get that AO on you. But anyone else going into that area, he will. Now, Max, technically, from the ground, when he makes this attack, you will get an AO. You're inside his defense.
All right.
This is outside your normal one. You are laying on the ground playing stunned.
Right.
He is 100% focused on Scott swinging the glaive.
Right.
So, at the same time, you get an attack of opportunity on him.
All right.
Just
I'm going to
letting you
do a
know.
leg sweep to take his feet up from under him.
Very nice. The second attack may not get anything on it on
AC
Scott.
is a 25.
All right, so the first attack is a 27. The
What's the
second,
lowest? What's the lowest? My AC is a 25.
The second one may not affect if he can do the trick. So do your CMD.
No, your AC is 26.
Oh, 26.
You're under the influence of my prayer,
But
Okay.
he will still.
and he gets a
Yes.
minus on his attack. So he gets a +1 to his armor class and a minus.
But the profane will
The profane
automatically
will
take that out.
Take that out. Okay.
Because he gets a +2 for the profane. So,
Okay.
or the desecrate basically. So yeah, he only gets a +1 to his outside of his. So his is a +19 and a +14 on his attacks. The second one may not hit depending on what Max does. If he trips him, then you won't get the second one on you. So
I missed.
that would have been a nice one if you'd have gotten that one. All right, and he is going to channel back Jim Scott. He is going to channel if you want to make your save.
Alright.
That's a DC. What is this channel? There's no worse. It's wisdom.
I got a 30.
All right, no problem. You'll take half damage from it. So let me do the channel first so you can take half of that. The channel would have been 20, so you take 10 points out of that.
Is it going to affect everybody?
Yes. Everyone good.
Except
Now,
me. I'm too
the
far away.
neutrals, does it affect? I guess it does. It affects
They take
everyone.
half damage.
Yeah, they take half damage. So you guys will take half damage automatically. So you take 10 points. Let's see, Emily, I gotta take 10 on her. The channel, let's see, there's 10 of lethal.
No, it doesn't matter if they're neutral or evil. They could even have evil.
All right. So
Negative
you guys
energy
gotta
affects even evil
you gotta
creatures
make, you
that
gotta make saves on the things. Then Max, you gotta make a
are not
17 against
undead.
it.
It's like
Greta.
it's
Greta gonna make it.
whether you're living or not.
No, Greta does not.
Oh,
So
wow.
Greta takes the
So
full 20.
what am I looking at for my save?
You're gonna be doing a will save.
I didn't. So how much do I
You
take?
take 20.
Yep. Creatures take damage from channeled energy. Receive a will save to half the
All right.
damage.
So mark down. Let's see. I'm gonna roll for this for Damien. Nope. Damien will take 20. So just write on one of the sheets 20 for Damien, and then Paladin. Here's a pencil if you want to take one of those.
Oh, okay.
And then the Paladin was Rothar down there.
So Damien took 20.
Rothar's only got 68 hit points. Do I have the right one? No, I have 6 level.
No,
Oh,
he's like
he's
8
higher
level.
than that.
He's
Yeah,
not
hang
high.
on. Let me make sure I got the right one. This is not the right Rothar.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, no problem. Sorry, I gotta make sure I got the right Rothar. Otherwise, you guys will be not in better places. All right, let's go there with the Yahoo. Yahoo. You guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Thing drove me nuts. Maybe because it was Mark Cuban doing it on there.
Is that who was doing it?
No, I wouldn't be
It's like-
surprised if it was Cuban.
I don't remember that. But
Where is it? There it is. Stop. Go down.
Rothar, Greta. No, I can take care of myself here. I have Dallows.
Alright, yeah, I'm trying to find where he sent me that. Lions. Hang on real quick. There it is, Brian to me. Alright.
Okay.
Come on, any day now.
Okay, gear. Maybe it's under gear.
I so need a faster computer. I truly do. It's got the Smite Eagle. I love how he's got all those different things. Alright, there we go. Yeah, there he is. Alright, so let me do this and let's just for kicks and giggles print it. Alright, so file, print, let's just do black and white print. Oh my god, I don't need 6 pages. Oh wow. Grayscale, alright. Alright, so he has that, he has 87. Alright, so he has 87 hit points. And what's his save? His save is probably not going to be the greatest on will, but yeah, it's plus 10. Not bad. Alright, so let's see if he can make it. A 4. No, he doesn't. He takes 20 points. That's not good. Alright. Now the damage. You take 28 points of damage from the first glaive hit.
Who?
You do.
28?
Yep. That's the second one. Oh, not good. Yep. So your armor class is a 27, correct?
26.
26. All right. All right. You are fatigued. Here's fatigued, so you can give it to him. Oh, there's fatigued. All right.
This is who? Kal-El?
Yeah, and this is times 3.
Hmm?
Yeah, he criticaled you. Now you can do your DRs against what I give you, so you can take out any of the DRs. Takes 8, 7, 18, 26. He takes 78 points of damage from the critical.
Oh man, Cal's down.
Now, so
Cal is neg 8.
that's not good. Yeah, he rolled a 19 and with this weapons thing it confirms a 19, and then he's got with his ability, and then he's got the improved critical on there. Let's see. Grossly overslept on my way now. Great.
Party may be dead before you get here.
Party is dying. It's the best way to put it to him. Party is dying, and the party may not be. The party is over. All right. And that's it for his. He's done. So.
Who's next?
That would be Thallow. What would you want to do with Thallow?
Oh, he has to get up.
Get up. Yep. And then I guess he's got his sling attack, right? So you've got Thallow sheet, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't think Thallow's going to want to sit there and do that. I think Thallow's just going to double move out of there.
Yeah,
1,
probably.
2, 3.
Don't move
4,
into the path.
5, 6.
So we're
1,
gonna
2, 3,
in
4,
his
5,
AO
6.
10 squares.
Yeah, his 2 squares. He's got a 2 square AO, so you want to be very careful.
I can't
Then-
not do it.
Then he dives through the window.
Oh, okay, he can dive through the
He'll
window.
take damage, but it's
No,
but
no,
it
no,
is
now already.
yeah. Do an acrobatics check to get
Okay.
him out the window.
1, 2, acrobatics check.
Yes, because that gets him
Alright.
out of the way of the weapon.
All right, he rolls a 19.
Good.
Yeah,
He
he
avoids
can
damage. He dives perfectly through
Can
the
he
window.
keep going after it like a
No,
roll?
he's just gonna
He's just
roll.
gonna
he
stay out
he
here.
rolls right there, and that's
All
it.
right.
Does he have tumble?
He's an
Um,
investigator. He does not have tumble.
yeah.
Gotcha.
He's not a rogue.
But hey, it was a perfect dive through the window for no damage. He's
All right.
like, I am gone. At least to get back out of this guy's way. All right, and so that takes us to Orin. It is your turn. Channeling might be a beautiful
Breath of
thing.
life on Scotty.
You know you're going into AO range by doing
I
that.
don't care.
All right.
Breath of life on Scotty.
All right.
Well, gives first. Does he get to do his action first?
He gets to do his action first. I'll give him that, so he can give you Breath of Life.
All right, so you get back 5d8 plus 9, and you come back to life. Well, you're not even dead, but
No.
so I could just heal you. I could just do
You're serious?
cure
Oh, I'm
critical.
sorry. This isn't a glaive. It's a war axe, but still, even so.
Is that 2? Is his
Oh,
AO
it
still
was
the
the
same?
other ones. Yes, yeah, everything was the same. Actually, I saved you because it would have been a little bit more damage by this, so it's a better thing. All right, so I was looking at the wrong one. I was looking at the something else. I had another
So
one.
what's the cure football?
You're going to get 5d8 plus 9 empowered. So you gain back 59 points.
Yeah, you guys be thankful I was looking at the other one. This guy gets 3 attacks normally.
Didn't he just do 3 on me?
Well, he did
2.
3 actions.
He did 3 actions.
Yeah,
Yes,
which-
that's why he didn't get it.
Which, Scott, both of you guys made a mistake because you cannot channel and attack in the same round. Don't
Oh,
ever do it again.
All right.
No, channeling is a standard action. If you do a standard action, that's it. No more attacks on that round. You cannot do a standard action.
Unless you have a
No.
way, unless you have a feat.
No.
If you have a feat that allows you to channel automatically into your weapon, then that's
Yes.
different. That's an automatic.
Which
You can take a look at it, but they're under the War Priest. They do have that ability, I believe, to do
They
that.
do.
And
Well, no,
that's
Yeah, there's a feat that allows you
Yes.
to do that.
So even if you would have channeled, he still would have taken you down. So you would have been negative. So let's do. You would have taken 10. So you would have been at 2 hit points. But then he would have hit you with a third attack. So the -8 I'll let stand because that third attack probably would have devastated you. And that's you're better off where you are right now.
I'm just curious what that feat.
All right, so let's go on.
The
Paul.
feat,
Yeah.
it is, because Cal had it.
Paul, does a 23 hit you?
Well, I don't think he can do an attack of opportunity with no clear line of sight to me. Attack of opportunities with a person in between.
Yeah,
That's
all
all
a
right.
legitimate point.
I mean, he just sit there and I'm just behind him. So, I mean, that's up to you.
He was on the ground with -8 when you moved in.
Yeah, but the bad guy is a dwarf who's got to lean over a prone body. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
5
like
foot.
To
With
someone
with an
who's sitting
axe.
ducking down.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
it's
like
up to you.
me with an axe trying to attack Paul. I'm going to graze him at best from over
Is
here.
that counter still in the way?
Well, I'm directly behind you.
All right.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, can you go like angle work behind the counter and touch my leg or something so that you have me at partial cover?
He could technically. I mean, do
Yeah,
that
because
if
I
he
mean, if he's
wanted
a dwarf, he probably can't see over the counter.
to. Oh no. Dwarves are 5 foot. The counter's probably 4, so he could see over it.
No, it doesn't matter.
He can't see over it and down. He can see like over the top straight out.
Yeah,
But if he's
if
ducking behind it, he won't be able to see over and down.
yeah, but Paul's running into the room to do it, so it's kind of obvious. I'm gonna run and duck down
Plus,
and
if
reach my
this guy,
arm
if he
out.
makes a move to attack Paul, I get an AO.
Yes. All right. So we'll hold that then. All right. So then.
I'm just curious.
I just as soon have the AO. I'm going to do another leg sweep.
It's an Azamar.
All right.
Yeah, but the guy isn't an SMR.
No,
He's a
He's
dwarf.
not.
he is not.
All right, so I'm looking at all feats that have the word channel in it.
It's Channel Smite.
That's on the attack for you.
No, I'm saying that is the feat that allows you to channel into your weapon.
Yes, but that's a standard action, not an attack of opportunity. You
Okay,
can't
yeah.
do feats
Well, it
with an
doesn't-
attack of opportunities.
It doesn't say standard action. Well, it says before you make a melee attack roll, you can choose to spend one use of your channel energy ability as a swift action. And if you
Yeah.
channel positive
If it's-
energy, you hit undead.
If it's a swift
Oh,
action,
Yeah, it's a
then
swift action.
Yeah.
You can't do swift actions as part of an attack of opportunity.
No, you can as
You
an
cannot.
attack of opportunity. As a standard attack, you can, but not
Yes.
as an attack of opportunity. That is a factoid there. You can't pump any of the swift actions into an AO. An AO is just an AO.
But there is one quick channel. I don't have that. That you can channel as a move.
Yes.
But yes, channel smite allows you to sit there and do it as part of a standard attack.
All right. So.
Anyways, I'm just going through. I spend more time going through this D20 PFSRD to sit there and get up on all the rules on combat. To sit there and know what we're allowed to do and what we're not.
Right, Ben.
You have done good. I give you credit on all that. All right, so
Find some huge advantage for me in a hurry.
All right.
Well, I just did that so that Cal wouldn't go down. So you got you got that
Stepping-
59 points back.
stepping on him, and then he's going to do a vault over there. Yep, he makes the vault over that. And then he goes 1, 2, and they're not going to get an attack doing that, but he does
He
not.
fumbles.
So he stays there.
Wonderful.
Yeah, fumble. There isn't necessarily a fumble on the ball. He's just there with his. These guys have glaives. They're the ones with the glaives.
All right.
Now, you can take and do your knowledge religion to see if you know what these are. For any undead, I'll let you use knowledge religion on those type of things. Because that's part of your religious training as a Saren, right? And his to know.
I got a 16 on my knowledge check.
These are whites.
Oh, whites with glaives.
What would be called cairn whites. Yes. Then I come as either the herald of the next life or salvation. Yeah.
Well, do you have any summoning?
Me?
Summoning would be good right about now.
Yeah, but anything that I summon is extremely weak and will be best to survive a round, at best.
At best. But hey,
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
fodder.
But if you sum the bunch of them, they might waste attack with them.
It's fodder.
No, anything that does a full attack could probably use an attack and do kill, kill, kill. So it's like,
All right.
trust me, the round I spend summoning they will just take it out, and all it will be it'll be a stalemate
So
at best.
basically, they took a full round action to do the move over the body of Damien and then try to do tumbles over the counter. That's a full on that one. Painman, it's finally you, laying on the ground.
All right. How many actions do I get?
You get a move action, which could be you can do a from the ground, trying to roll out the way to get behind him, behind the curtain, and then you'll get one attack.
Or I could do that in the opposite.
Or you can do it in the opposite
all right,
direction.
I'm going to do another leg sweep to try and knock him off his feet.
Okay.
This time,
What'd you get?
does a 26 hit.
All right, so let's look here. We will see on his abilities.
My 27 is.
His CMD is a 31. So, no. You came close. You hit his armor. It got an ire little look down at you,
All right,
just out of his corner of his eye, as he looks back at.
And then I am tumbling to get behind him.
Yep, and you won't. Now with your leg sweep, that's an action. That's your attack action.
Right.
So you
I
just
got
got
that.
the tumble.
Yeah,
All right.
let me make sure I get my
Okay.
tumble.
That's all right.
Yeah.
You
And
get a leg
the-
sweep as your attack? Ooh.
Well, I'm lying on the ground.
So
I
he
can't
swung his legs
I would have
around.
done a tumble and then attack
What
from
he's
behind.
trying to do is
Well,
have swing around and roll.
Right,
It's
but I
kind
was
of a-
trying to take him down so that he'd be prone because Kal-El does a lot more damage than I do
Yes,
on a prone
on a
guy.
prone guy.
And I had an equally
I understand.
good chance at hitting him with my feet as I
I
did
just
with my
figured if you
weapon.
rolled tumble behind him and then did a sneak attack on him.
Well, that'll be next.
All right. So now we are to Greta.
I was trying to help Kal-El.
All right,
because Kal-El
so-
does a lot more damage.
Greta?
Greta's just crashing through the
She's
window
gonna sit there and move in
and
here
just go
attack
right
this
in
one.
there with the axe. Yeah, she's not even going to play around. She's just like, I'm going in. I'm going to just beat the crap out of that big old white standing there with the
All right.
glaive.
Cal, I'll just sit
Because
behind you
now,
and
the
heal
glaive
you as much as I can.
is aimed at you. So as she comes in, it's basically there's no way he's coming around with that glaive to get her.
Well,
Okay.
if I'm healed and I'm okay, start making weapons, spiritual weapons, because there was more people coming, and if they show up while we're doing this, we may need help.
All right. So
I won't have time. You're gonna need to be healed every round.
So, yeah.
How many times? But how many attacks do you get?
Let's see, 10 and
You can only cast one spell around. It's not how many. You have to understand.
Yikes.
No,
That was
no,
30.
no. You cannot sit there and use a wand, even with weapon wand, multiple times in a round. No, no. You can do it once. I won't have a. I will if I have nothing else to do. I will do that.
All right.
Trust me. I won't
So-
have anything. I won't have nothing else to do. Trust me on this.
Greta gets her first attack, but then for the next 3 rounds, she is dazed.
She's dazed.
She rolled a 1 and then a 3 to confirm. She doesn't hit it.
Oh my goodness gracious.
She's
We
dazed.
do not need this.
No, you don't. But her big one did get an attack on, so she does this. Let's see.
The big one. Oh, she did.
the most to hit. So
Oh.
she does 22. Now, does a prayer affect her?
Yes.
So 23.
She's considered an ally.
All right. So that gives her pluses on attack and damage, correct? Or just attack?
Just wait, no, all rolls.
All
So
rolls.
damage too, yes.
Attack and damage. So she'll do 23. Let me see if these guys got anything.
Yeah, you get a luck bonus on attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, saves, skill checks, and your foes take a -1 penalty on all such rolls. But they may not apply to the Graveknight because of his desecration effect,
All right,
or it may
so-
limit what his desecration does. I don't
That's
know.
23 to him. So that's all right.
Okay, so my prayer effect
That ain't good. So I'm gonna put D for days. D3. That's on that round. And then who comes up? Round 3 gets who undazed.
Remley.
Okay, so Remley comes up on.
And then the next round after that, Damien comes up.
All right, so that's T and R. All right, so that's good. Remley will get her things. All right, so that takes us to Rothar. Rothar. God is either going to go really good. What would he do with Rothar? Rothar doesn't naturally always just run into battle, but
I don't know what his ranged attacks are. He's on the outside of the building, and Greta just went in.
you can channel against cold. Smite evil. He's,
Oh, I think he's here.
is he here?
Either that or Kim's back.
Or is Kim back?
No, that was just Janet coming out from the back. Has your time expired? Have you paid your penalty?
Did you go potty, Janet?
I don't know. She's not talking.
Janet!
You going potty? Okay.
Okay, we got to go back in the other one. Hang on. All right. I'll do my whole thing with him. This way. Come on. You can't go potty there. You got to go potty over here. No, this one.
There?
Hmm?
Did you show up or they come?
No, I told you it was Janet coming out from the back room.
Oh.
That's what I heard a door. I heard a door move, and I was like, oh. It sounded like the front door, but it wasn't. I'm starting to run low on spells. I can't substitute my 5th level spells for cures because cure critical is as high as it goes. It's a 4th level spell. So my spontaneous casting can't do anything more. I can do cure serious. But I'm going to be down to wands here shortly. Good thing I got a lot of them.
Yeah, buddy. Dude,
What?
I need one of those healing ones to put in my sword so that I can
Yeah, I hear bags. That must be Kim.
What is she doing?
Yep, it's Kim.
sounds like him.
Well, I saw her outside when I drove up, and she said she was on her way to Walmart to get paid in plates. Another half an hour, 45 minutes. I'll order the pizza. But I think we can get away with just 2 this time. Since Cliff isn't coming and Brian isn't coming. But then Brian doesn't leave a lot of times anyway, so it's just a question of whether or not Damien shows up. Or actually, Joshua. I should say Joshua instead of Damien. That would be like saying if Payne shows up.
Yeah. And it wouldn't even faze me if he did.
So Greta is dazed. You are fatigued. You realize that if you do any action while you're fatigued, you become exhausted.
Really?
Yeah, so if you attack while you're fatigued, you become exhausted.
All right. So let's do the paladin. Sorry. Body break. I actually held it that long.
Oh, you also, while you're fatigued, you get a -2 strength. You get a -2 penalty to strength and dex.
All right. So.
How long does this fatigue last? Is it just the 1 round?
Yeah, just the 1 round.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what its normal duration is. Okay, so he gets the attacks. All right, so he's going to do the smite with his attacks.
Can he attack or does he need to move?
He will move, but I got to see on the smite. Once per day, Paladin can call out the powers. Switch action, Paladin choose a target to smite. If the target is evil, the Paladin adds her charisma bonus. Paladin roll on all damage rolls. Make it smite.
Can you give me a minute since I just came in the door? Here, let me pull your shirt out of your pants.
Gets the deflection to AC. Alright, so right now, his AC is
Go show Connor to Stuffy.
26. Stuffy?
Wow, one is bigger
Gets the
than the other.
charisma
Which one
on
is the bigger?
that. So his attacks. Alright, so
Do they have
his
names?
attacks are
Yes.
this.
Can you tell me their name?
Stuffy, and another Stuffy.
Stuffy and Stuffy? Okay.
Alright, so he gets.
Stop mixed up.
Dang. Alright, so he gets plus 23 on the first one to hit this guy. He gets some good hits. He needs to go into combat more.
What, Rothar?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's pretty smart about things, but let me tell you, he gets a plus 21 and a plus 13 to these two hits.
Jeez.
Yeah, you think? So
Oh.
being in there would be really good. All right, what's their AC? All right, so their AC is. All right. All right.
Okay, never mind. You can attack. It's only if you do anything that would cause fatigue.
Holy crap on a cracker! Look at that one, Paul. First attack by Rothar.
20!
Yeah.
So
confirmed.
why is there only two
Now
guys here?
confirmed. And he does.
Why is there only what?
Two guys. Where's Josh?
He's running.
Josh is running late.
late.
And Cliff has got a thing with his daughter.
Yeah, I know that one.
and
I don't
then
count-
Brian is out of town.
Yeah, I don't count the one on the computer because he's not physically here.
And that's Scott.
Yeah,
So
I
we
know.
have Scott is on the
Wow.
computer, Brian is out of town, Josh is running late, and Cliff is doing something with his daughter.
Really.
So that only leaves Max and I.
All right, and
That'd be a small pizza order.
And we were just making that comment. By the way, are you eating or no? I asked.
I shouldn't,
You
but
shouldn't.
I will.
But you will.
Because I've only had one peach today. All day.
I'm just asking if we should let, because otherwise we might. Well, I guess even with 3 people, one pizza.
I
is small.
was gonna get the big plates like what we normally have, but the whole section was completely out of the big one, so I had to get the biggest thing. Get your
fine.
stuffy out of the kitchen.
Oh, good rolls.
and that's
3 points
12,
from Max. So this 21 points.
21,
Oh, and
33,
Mr. Maury,
See ya, bye.
35 times. Yes.
throw it at him.
Nice. Breakfast blend.
Oh yeah, I have that every day.
Oh, and honey,
Times 3.
these are on sale for $1.98
But
each.
mine's not.
Nice.
Mine's
So I
not,
got you two
So-
small Buddhas.
So yeah, he takes that one out. He does 105 points, and by the way, he flies back because it was knocked back 2 squares into
Dude,
the
I'll
into the
get
thing.
you guys in a
So
minute.
he
I gotta
literally
get her
hits him
on.
so hard with his holy katana that the guy becomes part of the actual counter. The counter smashes and the body is left hanging in the counter.
I can always tell when Max has arrived. There's pop in the fridge.
There is. Well, actually, no, there
No,
is
I don't
also.
bring Max doesn't bring it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I always
Somebody
bring it.
does.
All does.
There's always magically
I
pop
bring
in
in.
the fridge.
I
What?
bring in
So-
soda for Max. I bring in soda for myself, and I
Somebody
bring in
please,
soda
and,
for
and,
Josh.
and this is for you, Brian, when you watch this video. Why is your paladin not engaged in melee more often? I just did 105 points of damage on a smiting hit.
Because he likes to diplomatize.
I'm telling you, but no, not against this. I mean,
Yes.
Scott, normally you do a lot. He did more than you on a hit.
So, honey,
Well, yeah, obviously he did.
honey, to add to the pizza fatness, I got you a chocolate cake torte.
Oh, thanks. A
Look.
chocolate cake. Oh, nice. Like, I need a chocolate cake.
Well, look at the bright side. You've got more time to fit in your
I
text now.
do, don't
And
I?
this is mine. It's a
Ah.
strawberry shortcake parfait.
But you know what, guys? I'm at 262, which is the lowest I've ever been
I'm at
in a long
160.
time. All right, so
Wish I was using
yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I'd like to use it.
So that's Greta, that's
As soon as the cooler
Rothar.
weather comes,
So we're
I'm
top of
gonna
the
start
order
playing
with
fence
Remily.
again.
Remily is getting up off the ground, but fortunately
Oh, and
she's got
honey?
wings.
Here's what else you asked for.
Ah, yes. Thank you.
Creamer.
All right, so she is actually out of his range, so she flies up. And she's going to take a shot.
Shoot.
At it. She's going to take
Shoot.
a shot at him. That's right.
Shoot.
She doesn't need to go into the melee fray right yet. All right, so the shooting from her, she is going to use her
Hey, Poodlebutt. Mommy got you
bow.
more
Her
ponies.
bow is plus 16 to hit.
Ponies.
Nope, an 18 does
Yes,
not hit.
some more
But it does
stuff.
send a
Put it in the
flaming arrow into the counter
go get
where
one
it's
of your
like
box?
burning nicely. It's not going to burn the counter down. But all right, so now we're to Cal L. Cal L.
Cal, kill.
Cal, there's the big old knight at you with another guy with a glaive over the counter. And this round will be
Just do a
David's
full
if you
attack. Swing, swing, swing. Take down that
Now you,
great
got,
knight.
now you can close and use. Go show Dee
want. It's a grave.
You want to go show
little
Dee All right, Dee we're coming
Oh,
to
wow.
see you. We have to show you what Mommy put in our box.
What we put? Oh,
Ponies.
More ponies. We're happy.
You like ponies?
See, I do.
Alright, so we got a 20.
I'll see if I can't. No, well, I don't think she
got a
has.
25
I don't think
on
she
the
has
first
pony
ring,
hats that small.
25 won't hit.
No, but I know at Michael's where I work, they have
31
jackets.
will hit.
And a
They've got a
34
rainbow
cost.
dash
No, but it's
jacket.
like my
Okay.
So what did he do?
34
Dude,
possible
it's
hit.
a
You got
hit.
one hit.
And
and
31.
A 31 will be a confirmed critical. And so with the slashing, you do 1d8 bleed to them, which I guess would work with an undead. Because they still kind of damage.
Oh, but he crit with the Falcata?
Yes.
Oh, ×3, baby.
All right, so do the first one, the normal one. Now you're using.
Roll his save. He's got 3 saves. Well, he's got 2 saves.
Okay.
Hmm.
You turned your weapon into disruption?
Yep.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
Dee should I give her this?
Yes.
Don't roll one or you're dead.
Nope and he'll be fine on both of them.
Figured,
His deal.
What is
It's
that?
a shot.
Hey,
What does
it
he get
is.
on his plus for his
10, so the 14 just makes it.
Yes.
And he'll get his
I
profanes
don't
on
know,
there
I don't
too.
have
So
those.
even if it was lessened by
I
your
will show you
prayer,
what I do
it's
have.
like he gets a plus one. So, so
He
yeah,
has
he
to
makes
not roll a
both.
1.
Yeah, just basically don't roll one. All right, so this could be interesting devastation.
Are you happy with those? Go show Dee
Yes. Wow. Very cool.
I bought 2 of them, and I was hoping they were the same, but obviously they're different.
All right.
Hoping Mommy would
Alright,
get
so the
one.
first
That
one,
ain't
he takes 23.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Take it back. No. Hang on. That's wrong. The first one, he takes 29.
Okay. All right.
This is about the
Second
biggest
one
size
is going to be-
of plates I
So
got.
there's definite
That won't
damage to his
do
armor. It looks
something.
like it is. It looks like
Alright, Munchkie.
you've damaged it. Where your Sunder would normally destroy something like this, it doesn't look like it destroys it. It looks like it's damaged it pretty good.
Should have cut it in half.
Yeah, but there's things about these kind of critters that it does not.
Well, it can't heal itself right away.
It's not healing. It's just the nature of what it is. But yeah, it's damaged pretty good.
So how do we have 2 cameras?
Anything, if this armor has the more hit
This one's mine.
taking that.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a
He will
minute.
be taking the full.
Okay, so
Block me for a minute.
now,
I was just wondering how we had 2 cameras.
Yeah, that's because I'm taking.
You're not going to tape every
last
session.
one is the 31
No, this
times
one's the record.
93.
93 will take him down.
All right.
He does go down with a roar of anger, but then with a smile also as he goes down.
Okay, we're
Kinda
going to send
sounds-
you into
never
the
mind.
positive energy plane.
I
so you'll
can't
never
say it when
come
you're
back
recording.
And
is
be in our presence ever again.
the,
All right.
Only if we
So
need
that's
to.
it, Kal-El. That's your round. Excellent. All right, so that takes him out of the fray, so he doesn't go next. So that means Thallo goes next.
Hello. So he's right here.
Yep.
Let's turn this way and say what's coming at this way. How far away are these things? They're still far away?
Right
It's only been 2
now,
rounds.
They probably have come up another 120 feet.
So from
Goodbye.
400 to...
Are we still gonna watch the Polar Express?
You can do a perception to see if he notices
Is that a
anything
yes?
at that distance. He might.
Are you happy?
Is there another guy here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Download perception is plus 13. So that would be a 25.
They look like some sort of, the two flying with some sort of wraiths, but not like normal wraiths.
Okay.
Maybe. There's something unique about them. They're weird. The
Never
others
know, maybe
look
Mommy will
like
go get
the
2
guys with the pole arms.
Put him in your pot
fighting
and put him in
there.
your potty training
Another 4
box.
of them coming down.
Okay.
So whites and 2 maybe wraiths of some sort.
He's
So-
going to sit there and load a vial of
Holy water!
into his sling.
In fact, he's gonna, in Paul's thing, he's gonna be having a rapid fire extension on there for the holy water.
Are you ordering a pizza, Paul, or do you want me to?
It's entirely up to you guys. You want me to do it? I don't have any problem doing it.
Okay.
I've done it all the time before.
All right, so
You have
that
the
takes
capability.
you guys to
Yes. My hand is right here.
Oren, it is your turn.
Oren. All right.
Perfect spiritual weapons.
Since
Yeah, he's kind of still on the ground. You notice the whites are not worried about the ones on the ground. That's just a feast later on.
all right, I will do from my wand. I will sit there and I will go and I will eliminate a charge from my wand of spiritual weapon.
That's a
And
nice,
it gets to attack.
that's a nice little spiritual weapon coming up. It does.
All right,
Attack on the
so
same round. Now, what you can see, of course, is fine. But,
all right, so I'll have the spiritual weapon attack this one.
all right, so that's the spiritual weapon of some sort. Probably a scimitar since you're Sarah and Ray.
Yes.
Got me a new makeup bag.
All right.
Only $3.
So this weapon of force, does this creature have spell resistance?
Ah, that's a good question of whether he does or not. No, he does not.
All right. Is
Oh,
that,
there we
could that be John?
You better be the pizza guy.
We haven't even ordered
You
that.
haven't even ordered it yet.
So then he's going to do a touch
Now.
attack.
Thank you, it's vanilla.
You notice now looking at this guy.
Trying to do something
He's a
else.
white, looks like he was human, but he has pincers, a pincer mandible mouth, and big googly eyes. And his hands are still hands, but his
Good timing.
feet,
You
his
get unstunned next
feetses
round.
are look like they're almost like clawed, like an ant would have.
You hear that?
Clawed like an ant would have.
That's what this is, and you're right
Standing
next to it.
right next to him,
Stunned on the ground.
Stunned.
Just
It's a
so you
white.
know.
Now, to give you an idea, Kal-El went down. Oren brought him back up, and he put the Graveknight down on round number 2. Now, Max did try to sweep his legs twice.
Mm-hmm.
Close,
I
but no
kicked him
sweep.
hard.
He kicked him hard once.
But
Now,
Why you're in the back?
Greta-
Nobody's
Greta-
paying attention.
You
Greta
think I have to curse
comes
me?
in, and she
We
takes
need
a
you for
good
these
swipe at the one
Maybe.
white, but
Mhm.
then she stuns herself. She basically stuns her what is it? Dazes herself
Who does?
because she rolled a 1 for her
Oh,
second attack.
Greta
to
did.
confirm.
Yes, Greta
So
did
Greta's,
herself.
Greta's dazed. She's kind of standing there with her axe in her hand, kind of looking around, and her eyes going, woo, 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 woo. So then Rothar comes and does something un-Rothar-like.
Mm-hmm.
He goes through the window, hits it, criticals it, does 103 points of damage to the white who's already been damaged, taking
That's
him
this
and
one.
making him a permanent part of the counter due to the pushback that he got on it. So the counter now has a white in it hanging around.
All right, so the spiritual weapon, the
All right.
scimitar, is going to attack him.
All right,
Touch
spiritual weapon.
against touch AC.
It is a touch AC. You are correct.
So plus 10, it would be 21 against touch AC.
Oh yeah, no problem there.
And don't forget, if it crits, it crits.
Yeah, but I rolled an 11.
Yeah, that won't be a crit. It crits, it crits. Not really. And by the way, you're coming up on this round.
All right,
This next
so it gets 8 points of damage.
All right. That will be there.
8 points of damage.
And next round, it gets 2 attacks.
Why?
Well, how many attacks do you get, Paul?
Per round? 2?
Yeah.
2?
Yeah, next round.
Yeah, next round it'll get 2 attacks.
It gets what you get,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, it'll get 2 attacks next round. But the second attack will only get a +5. I don't have these super high bonuses to hit like you guys do.
All right, so we are now to it. And it's got reach. So who is it going for? All right, so 1 to 4. You guys are all prime targets for him right now. All right, so he
You wanna
is
put
going
these in your
for
window?
1, which would be Greta. Since Greta will be very nice.
There
Yes,
you go.
all right,
Ooh,
so
let me check out. I need to
You wanna
find
put these in
something
your
out.
window?
Greta
I
Van
don't think that's
Susteren.
the case.
You wanna stick them on
It
your
doesn't say that it does.
window? Let's stick them on your window.
This Greg gets a that's her normal dex +2, so she gets a 22.
No,
So 5 foot it is
nope,
22.
it does not.
Alright, so he gets a 22 and he gets 2 there.
Just to let you know,
Yes.
spiritual weapons do not get attacks of opportunity.
No. They don't. I remember that. That much I do know. The blue is the top end of it. And so he gets against her a 25 and a 18. The 18
Spiritual
will
weapons
hit.
do not threaten any
25.
squares.
So the 25.
How far can they move around?
Spiritual weapons?
Yeah.
You can use a move action to redirect it to a new target. Otherwise, if you don't, it sit there and it can use your move speed to sit there and continue to attack whatever it was the first target that you sent it after.
Where does it say it uses your move speed?
I don't know that it does.
Because it has a range of.
Yeah, but
Let's initially make it exist up here.
2 points.
Because you're summoning a thing that propels itself.
Yeah, let me just go take a look here and see if this tells me anything more.
More D4s at the benches.
More D4s.
Going through my
Alright, so
piling
Greta
things,
looks
gets
not
rid of
so good. She looks like she's almost getting about half hit points after that glaive hit. Alrighty, and then that takes us to Painvin. Painvin, you see the white over there that is like...
Yeah, whatever. I'm looking what's on these doors.
Oh, okay. Do me a perception check.
19.
There's a symbol on this door. You can't quite make out what it is, but there's definitely a symbol.
It doesn't say. It might be able to. It says it continues to attack the previous round's target
Symbol.
unless it goes beyond the spell range.
Look at the other door if you want.
Right at the other door.
But it doesn't sit
Two
there and
actions
say
for your
whether
round.
or not it has any trouble keeping up with said opponent
My perception of that was a 16.
Right.
or target.
Aside from the bit about using your own
Some
move
sort of
speed.
squiggly
Yeah, and it doesn't say that. I just
It looks
thought
like
that's
these
what
guys
it
are
would do.
hanging out here. There's a pile of bones and what may have
But
been
since it's a
adventures
spell,
there.
And a force effect, I don't see any reason why it
But they
couldn't
haven't
move as
gone into
fast
the
as the
rooms.
target's moving.
At least you figure maybe the whites
I think it should
hung
be
out there, or
whatever
maybe
its
he
range is.
was in the rooms.
Cast it, it just appears.
All right,
Yeah, it does.
So-
Actually, I would probably go with just black speed.
let's see, using abilities.
Well, it doesn't say.
All right, so we take it to Greta. Greta can't do anything. Damien, you're not in this round. It's next round you come up. And then Rothar. Rothar's mad. Rothar is moving into the fray, even if it has a AO on him for going in. Yep, and it does hit him. But it, you know, it's one of those. He wants it. He wants it. Ooh, that's not good though. Does 33 to him. All right, so Rothar is now at about half, which is not where Rothar likes to be, or actually below that. Okay, so he is at 33 hit points. He's still going to attack it, being mad or not wanting to hit him and not having many places to go. So.
All right, so next round I'm going to heal Greta, and then I'll heal Rothar.
All right, so
How
Rothar.
far away are these other guys?
They started out
Take another heal.
for an eighth of a mile.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Paul.
over 500.
Paul can't right now. Paul's next round he can.
What?
Cal can take another heal if he's at half.
You're at half? Oh, okay. You
Can't
need
right
another
now.
heal.
Oh yeah.
Everybody needs heal. All right, well, maybe I'll just channel instead.
Good. He doesn't crit one,
Yeah. So his miasma. Yeah.
but he
Yes.
still hits him pretty good. Let's see. He gets a 23, so it'll be a 30 and
I'll
a.
just channel. That way
he
everybody
hits
gets
him
healed.
twice. All right, so now we get to see the damage of the katana again. Hello, the katana. All right, so he does this plus 12. Whoops. All right,
No,
so
that's good.
he does 12, 24, 25 on the first one. You hit it. And he does
How many d6 is it?
24.
He
So
did- he did
49.
46 twice.
Yeah, he gets 2d6 for his damage with this, plus 12, plus 26 versus evil. So he gets 49 points to it. That damages it.
Hold on.
So it is damaged. Not happy. All right, so top of the round is Remily.
Dello is watching, so when these things get within,
Yeah, Remily's just going to do the shots with the arrows. It's probably the easiest thing to do because she's going to, if she flies with the fray like she normally would love to do, it's just going to mess her up with the glaive. Not that it has great hits on her, but still. Oh, and by the way, the desecration effect is gone
it's gone.
for now. All right, so she gets pluses of what? 16 and 11. So 16 is the blue, 11 is the other one. Nice. So she does a 30 and a possible critical, which will confirm. So she does critical it. So what does she do with the firing mechanism? All right. So Remily with the piercing does a times one more damage and 1d6 from bleed. So she's doing a times, what's the normal on a bow hit? It's times.
The arrow is usually 2.
2, I think, yeah.
Doesn't it crit on an arrow do times 2? I think that's what it is.
No, it does times 3. So it
Times
does
3?
times 4.
Oh, okay.
All right, so she.
That tells you how often I've shot an arrow.
So she does 728 without the fire damage. Plus, that's 34 with the fire damage, plus the bleed. Oops, I'm sorry, plus 38. So that is, wow, that is 46 points of damage. And this is the other arrow, just normally. So she does 10 more points. Yep, he's gone. He goes down with 2 arrows in his chest.
Little bitty arrows.
Yep, but mighty in the effect. She just sticks her
Are you
tongue.
down
You can just see she sticks her
Everybody
tongue
is
out
because
at
of
him,
the
and
channel.
flits
So I'll
over
just channel and
to
heal everybody.
Painven to see what he's doing.
All right.
All right, so now you guys are at round 4.
Are we out of combat?
You're out of combat for the moment. Unless, is anybody looking out the door?
Yeah, Thallo, right here.
Thallo.
Thallo
All right.
didn't do
So,
anything last round. He's
They've
just
come
watching.
another 120 closer.
So they started at like 540, and then it's been
Yes.
2 rounds, moving at what, 120 each round?
Mm-hmm.
So they would be 300 feet away.
Yes, and
All right.
moving in.
Moving in.
And moving in, yes. They're coming your guys' direction.
You
Because
want,
Thallo,
you want me to attack them or heal?
Heal everybody.
Heal everybody? All right. I
Yeah.
will heal. I will heal.
And Cal will start making spiritual weapons.
England is busy right now.
All right, so Painman, you have noticed stuff back there. You, Damien, are getting up and notice that he's down the curtains by doors. You see two dead
Right.
what looks to be whites, and then the dead guy, the dwarf, is dead for right now.
30,
His axe is
Cal.
laying on the ground.
Everybody gets back 30
All
from the
so
channel.
30. So he gets to 63. Then he can do his own little healing of the self, which is good. He's going to need to lay hands on himself on this one. He's going to lay hands on himself.
All right. In the
And
next
in a
round.
dignified way.
Do we want to stick around, or do we want to sit there and take on these next group?
Dude, let's go.
Let's kill them.
Yeah, make a bunch of spiritual weapons, man. Let's just go at them.
Well, I have a spiritual weapon, but I didn't redirect it, so it's sitting there still.
I know, we'll just make more.
Well, I channeled last
He does
time.
3d6.
I know you chill, but we're not in combat.
I know.
All right, so he does 3d6.
So this is the one that does the meta feature. So
Yeah,
And he does 10 points back to himself.
so those last twice as long.
okay. So
Now, injured in the
14.
effect. Remley was injured, as was Greta. She's been.
they
hit
got
pretty
30.
good.
Did you give them 30?
I got 30
All right, so
Everybody
it's
got 30.
from a challenge.
Well, these guys are yakking. I'm going down and looking at the pile of bones.
Ah, very good. All right, so.
Yes. Go get our loot for us, and if you find a portable hole, let us know. We need it.
All right, so. A portable hole.
Because
You're funny.
We could use
put
a portable
We'll put
hole.
the Graveknight in a bag of holding, and then drop the bag of holding in the portable hole, and say goodbye to the Graveknight.
All right, so you can try to do. Okay, so you're going down to look at the bones. Do me a perception in there to see if you see anything.
17. Tyro was killing me.
Well, you do see something sitting in the bunch. I'm not really sure what it is, but you can dig around and see.
It was shiny.
Shiny,
Shiny.
shiny.
Cal's gonna make 6 spiritual weapons.
No, we're doing this one round at a time. When it's your turn,
It looks like a
create
necklace
another
around one of the necks.
I'll praise.
that's wait. No, we're still in combat. We're still doing stuff round by round. Yes,
round
we
by
are.
round.
We are. Yes,
We're
we can
still
go out
doing-
of combat.
Yeah, they are just at a distance. is
Yeah,
what they are.
you
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to drop
doing
out of
stuff.
rounds, or it'll
We're
go
not
very
dropping
quick.
out of
Okay,
rounds,
okay, I'll get you. I got you. Let's go.
right? Because at
It
the end of the
is
round, Damien
a-
gets up.
String of beads, but they are golden spheres on
String of beads with golden spears. Thank you.
them. So
I
right
need
now,
those.
without doing your appraise,
Or
that's what you
Damien,
know.
you could use those.
All right, so you guys are doing okay. So what are you guys doing in your round actions? It'll go Remley, Kal-El. Remley is moving. She sees what you're doing, but then she's going to go moving over towards the window and stand in the window with her bow.
Which window?
This one
Oh, okay.
outside, and she's seeing them moving in.
All right.
Greta, let's see, who's next? The next one after Remley is Kal-El. So Kal-El, you get to do your
He's going to
action.
create a spiritual weapon.
Okay, he's going to create a spiritual weapon.
And then he's gonna hack on the Dread Knight armor and stuff where it's like bits.
All right.
Don't knock yourself out.
He's gonna do one attack on the armor to sunder it some more, and then he's going to heal himself.
Wait, you're good. Are you casting a spiritual weapon?
Yeah, if
Well,
you're casting a
using a wand.
spiritual,
Doesn't matter.
that's one
Activating a wand is a standard action.
standard action. So you get that
So-
plus another.
Directing one of the
If you have
spiritual
three attacks
weapons is a
around.
move action.
Right,
It's a
and right now
standard and it's a move.
I haven't moved it.
Basically, what you get is you can take your full complement of attacks, or you can do a standard action and a move action. Is what you normally would do. A combo.
So,
if-
when
if-
you're using a wand, you can only do that. You can't attack.
That's correct.
Yep,
you
you
cannot activate a wand and do anything else. Activating a wand is a standard action.
Yep.
So
A
you can
full
do
round
that and
action.
move. It's not a full round. If a full round action, then you couldn't move.
Yeah.
You can only take a 5 foot
5-foot
step.
step. Yep.
But
That's how it works. That's
But-
typical combat
So
things.
you can do a swift action and a move action and a standard action, or you can do a full round action.
Yes,
Those are your options.
Correct.
So you
That
can do
is
all
correct.
3 of those, or you can do a full round. And in a full round action, you can take a 5-foot step.
Now you can do. The one difference is
Swift action.
you can
One
do.
swift action, yes.
So well, if you wait,
Now,
And then you can do any free actions you want.
just like you do a full complement of attacks, you can do a double move action in a round. As long as
Right,
you're
because
not
you
doing
can
double
move as a standard
Yes.
action.
You can move as a standard action and then take another standard action move. That's why you get.
Well, you get a
sometimes
move
double
action, and then you can do a move as your standard action. There's your
Yes.
double move.
Correct. It's
Which
like
you can
double
then
move.
you can still do free actions and swift actions in that round. But that's it. That's how you get to double move. Is you sacrifice your standard action and turn it into a move action.
That's correct.
But you can do a full round action, and if you do a full round action, then you get your multiple attacks in a round.